Welcome to another card breakdown. Today we'll be looking at the Runts of the Litter. Runts of the Litter is a wild PvP basic action card with a 2 casting cost and 1 wild threshold. Basic actions can only be played on either of your 2 main phases. When played, the Runts of the Litter create 3 Battle Hopper troops which have a 0 attack and 1 defense, and puts them into play under your control. It's important to note that these are not tokens. This card creates 3 Battle Hopper troop cards which can go to the graveyard or behave in any other ways cards interact. There are 3 main strategies to employ when using a card like Runts of the Litter, and mostly these will be associated with decks that use many Shin'Her cards. Each strategy has a different endgame purpose, and it's normally better to decide which way you want to win, and to focus on that strategy. The first strategy is to use up and kill these lesser troops to power other cards. This can be useful when you have cards like the Blood Cauldron Ritualist and the Shin'Her Eulogist in play. By sacrificing Battle Hoppers via abilities and blocks, you get both temporary and permanent boosts, and use those to overpower your opponent. The second strategy is to create a Shin'Her Swarm by employing cards like the Concubunny and Bucktooth Commander. As the exhaust troop portion of the cost on the Concubunny is a targeted effect, and not the target itself exhausting to activate its own ability or attack, you will be able to target a Battle Hopper that was just created and make it exhaust to pay for the Concubunny's ability. By creating a tremendous amount of small creatures and then buffing them all a little bit, you can overwhelm your opponent with sheer numbers. The third strategy is to power variable cost spells via cards like the Ritualist of the Spring Litter, or other troops potentially to be revealed later, which count up the number of troops you have in play. Powering variable cost cards, like Eye of Creation or Burn to the Ground in this manner, can cause a massive game-changing swing if you are able to land it. While each of these strategies definitely has synergistic points of overlap, if you try to fit too many cards from each of those strategies in your deck, you run the risk of pulling conflicting aspects of each, and missing out on the full effect. In PvP, it's very important to have a focused strategy in order to win. Looking at PvE, with the Trinket, as the Battle Hoppers are cards, not tokens, this means that 2 batches of Battle Hoppers dead will allow you to put a Runts of the Litter back in your hand, even if no other Shin'Her have died, and this is a great alternate cost to draw it back. The weapon can be nice, as it can almost be seen as creating 4 Battle Hoppers once you have 1 in your graveyard, with a best case scenario of drawing a stronger 1-drop in addition to the Battle Hopper trio. Both of these pieces can be very useful to improve a Shin'Her deck. Just remember the strategic focus for your deck, and only play the equipment when it fits. Thank you very much for watching. If you agree or disagree, I'd love to read your comments below, or on the Utopian Chaos forums. If you like the video and want to see more content, please take the time to subscribe, and leave a comment on which card you would like in my next breakdown. Hope to see you in HEX for some good games and good times.